Hey guys, welcome back to Math It Up with TJ, and in this video we're going to talk about ordering fractions, decimals, and percents. So I've got four numbers here. I've got 7/20ths, 21%, 0.853, and 4/5. And the very first thing that we need to do is to convert all of these numbers into the same form. Right now I've got three different forms. I've got a fraction, I've got a percent, and I've got a decimal. And in this case, we're going to convert them all to decimals. Now, if you have not seen my video on how to convert fractions to decimals or percents to decimals, I encourage you to go check that out. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and convert all of these numbers into decimals. So for 7/20ths, we got 0.35. And for 21%, we've got 0.21. 0.853 is already a decimal, so there's no converting necessary there. And 4/5 is going to be 0.8. Now that I've got all these numbers in the same form, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to line up and stack the decimals. Now this is very important. The number one mistake that my students make is they want to line up the numbers, okay? We want to make sure that these decimals are lined up and stacked right on top of one another. So I've got 0.35. I've got 0.21. I've got 0.853. And I've got 0.8. I want you to notice that all of my decimals are stacked right on top of each other. Now that I've got them all stacked up, we're going to go ahead and fill in these empty place values with 0. And my last step is that we're going to compare and rewrite these numbers in their original form. Now, usually, when you're asked to order these numbers, they might use vocabulary like ascending and descending. And it's important that you understand what these words mean, because you can get everything right, but if you order them in the wrong direction, you get the entire question wrong. So ascending means least to greatest. Okay, you're going to go smallest to biggest. I want you to think about a plane taking off, ascending into the sky. Okay, you're starting low and you're going high. Descending is going to be greatest to least. Think about that airplane already in the sky. You're going to descend to the ground. You're starting high, you're going low. Greatest to least, biggest to smallest. For this example, we're going to go ahead and order these numbers in ascending order. So we're going to start small and we're going to go big. And we're just going to start from the far left and we're going to work our way right. So we're going to start in our ones place and we're going to compare all these numbers. I've got all zeros here. They're all equal. So there's no comparing there. We're going to move over to our tenths place. That's going to be the next thing we compare. And we're going to look for the smallest number in our tenths place. And that's going to be 2. So that's going to be our first number. So we're going to come over here. That's 0.21. And we're going to rewrite that number in its original form. So that 0.21 was originally 21%. That's going to be our smallest number. So I'm going to go ahead and just cross that out. We're done with that number. We're going to continue comparing in our tenths place. The next smallest number is going to be 3. That's 0.35. So that's going to be our next smallest number, and we're going to write that number over here in its original form. The original form for 0.35 was a fraction, 7/20ths. We've got 2 8s here. Those are the same, so we're going to move to our next place value, which is going to be the hundredths. I already used these numbers. I can cross those out. And I'm looking for the next smallest number. I'm comparing these two right here, the 5 and the 0. And I know that 0 is obviously smaller than 5. So that number is going to go next, 0.8. And the original number for 0.8 was 4/5. And our last number is going to be 0.853. And the original form for that was already a decimal. So we're just going to rewrite that as is. And there are our numbers in ascending order: 21%, 7/20ths, 4/5, and 0.853. Thanks for mathing it up with me. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next lesson.